Understanding advisory shares versus equity shares.
Hello and welcome. In this video, we'll be discussing a topic that often comes up in the world of business and startups: advisory shares and how they differ from equity shares. So, let's dive right in.
What are advisory shares?
Advisory shares are a type of ownership interest in a company that are typically granted to individuals who provide valuable advice, guidance, or expertise to the company. These individuals, known as advisors, may not be actively involved in the day-to-day operations or decision-making of the company, but they offer their knowledge and experience to support the company's growth and success. Unlike equity shares, which represent a direct ownership stake in a company, advisory shares do not typically carry voting rights or dividend rights. Instead, they serve as a form of compensation for the advisory services rendered.
How do advisory shares differ from equity shares?
Voting rights. One key difference between advisory shares and equity shares is the voting rights associated with each. Equity shareholders generally have the right to vote on important matters concerning the company, such as electing the board of directors or approving significant corporate actions. In contrast, advisory shareholders typically do not have voting rights, as their role is focused on providing advice rather than participating in the decision-making process. Dividend rights. Equity shareholders are entitled to receive a share of the company's profits in the form of dividends. These dividends are distributed proportionally to the number of equity shares held. On the other hand, advisory shareholders typically do not have a right to dividends. Their compensation is often in the form of equity appreciation, which means they benefit if the company's value increases over time. Involvement in operations. Equity shareholders have a direct financial interest in the company and are often actively involved in its operations. They may hold positions as executives, directors, or managers and have a say in key business decisions. Advisory shareholders, however, usually have a more limited involvement and focus primarily on providing advice and support based on their specific areas of expertise. Vesting and redemption. Equity shares are often subject to vesting periods, during which the shareholder gradually acquires ownership rights. This is commonly used to align the interests of shareholders with the long-term success of the company. Advisory shares may also be subject to vesting, but the criteria for vesting are typically based on the duration or completion of the advisory services rather than specific time periods. Furthermore, while equity shares are generally redeemable for their cash value, advisory shares are often non-redeemable and do not have a cash value unless the company is acquired or goes public. To summarize, advisory shares are a form of ownership interest granted to individuals who provide valuable advice and guidance to a company. They differ from equity shares in several ways, including voting rights, dividend rights, involvement in operations, and vesting and redemption terms. Understanding these distinctions is crucial when considering the various ways in which individuals can contribute to a company's growth and success. Thank you for watching. If you found this video helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more informative content.